next flag will end the race. Oh, around goes Newman. Newman up into Logano. 5 cars into the wall. 7. Caution.
Caution is out. The race is not complete. Not complete.
Had to get to the white flag to be complete.
What did we say 30 laps ago? You said, Darrell, not sure if you want to be around Ryan Newman. His luck here is not very good.
And no disrespect to him as a driver.
Not at all.
He is just snake bit on these restrictor plate tracks.
Labonte up high, 4 wide.
4 wide is usually not a very good thing.
The 20 car of Logano gets into the back of Ryan Newman, and the 39 started this whole mess.
I almost wonder if the 39 of Newman didn't say, oh, we're 4 wide, and maybe even eased out the throttle a little bit.
Maybe this aerial view will show it, Darrell.
Let's see what we got here. We got a wad of cars going off in the corner. They're going to get 4 wide. You're going to see this, and here's the 39 right out here.
4 wide. You see there's plenty of room
plenty
right
of
there.
room. I think that Logano just got in. I think Logano thought he could give him a push, clear that pack of cars, and go to the front. And he got him in the wrong place. We saw Carl Edwards do this to Greg Biffle here a couple of years ago.
You see Vickers in the 83 involved, a car that led a bunch of laps, and Casey Kane in the 9 just had recovered from the repairs from the last wreck.
Wood almost lost control.
And a big...
Oh, trouble, trouble. Oh, and one car upside down.
Casey Atwood. And sliding through the grass, Kenson climbs around.
White and yellow flag.
Atwood's car is destroyed. And did the leader get the caution flag? If he did, they will slow to the checkered flag. If not, they have to come around. That number 27 car on the left side of your screen.
Andy Hillenberg gets in the back of him, and he gets into the outside wall. You can see the 18 car there. The hood's all torn up on it where he got in the back of Casey Atwood.
Goes right up and almost over Mike McLaughlin.
Goes back down on the back end and then back to the front end.
There goes the radiator and the springs.
Now, the good part is that probably looks really bad to the racing fan, but it's sliding on the roof. That's where all the roll cage is. It does not start turning over until it scrubs off a tremendous amount of speed. Now, watch him when he hits the grass here. It'll turn over several times there, but the speed is down where it's not like 190 miles an hour crash.
Byron back out in front.
William Byron with a great job of that side draft to slow the 16 down.
Hard into the wall goes the 33. He collects the 5 of Mike Lynette. Caution comes out. Numerous cars get caught up in this one. Brandon Jones in the 33, Mike Lynette in the 5. The 2 of Ben Kennedy, the 40 of Timmy Hill.
Pushing, trying to get that run, pushing Eric Jones in front of him, who's into the rear bumper of Ryan Reed, and basically the push just gets too much. Justin Allgaier pushes the back of Brandon Jones. He gets into the outside wall, and from there, it's a chain reaction.
And you may say, well, why does Justin Allgaier get in there and push when, you know, the line in front of you is getting stacked up? Because you can't see. You have no idea what's going on 2 cars in front of you. So Justin Allgaier, he just knows he needs to push Brandon Jones. He's got to push him to make something happen, but he can't see the cars in front of him are having trouble.
And you see right here, this is what happens. They just get stacked up. The 20 is into the 16, the 33 is into the 20, and that's all it takes. He kind of either loses a little momentum or the 7 just hits him too hard. They spin around, and these cars behind, there's just nothing they can do. Very fortunate that 33 stayed on his wheels. You see the 42 through the grass. You know, this is always the concerning point. When cars start hitting other cars, we see them climb up and get airborne. Luckily, all these cars stayed on the ground.
I mean, this is something that just has caught on in the last couple of years. So,
upside down, over and over the 83 of Mike Afrano. A big wreck coming out of turn number 4. Into the grass he goes. Another car sliding by.
That's James Hilton in the 48 car.
Rolling numerous times, the 83 of Mike Afrano.
Right in the middle of our screen there. He may get a little contact from behind. He gets a little contact from behind. Is that Zach Ralston behind him and just turns him in towards the outside wall? You see the tire carcass flying out. Let's watch that engine there. You see the
slam down to the ground.
Now the engine's already pretty much loose. There's the spring sliding out around the racetrack.
There's that fire we talk about, but it was immediately extinguished.
This is Zach Ralston, the 9. He lifts the back end of that car up, turns it into the outside wall. He already starts tumbling about the time and hit that outside wall.
It looked like the two guys in front of him there, we were talking about real estate earlier, got a little bit too close, and you know, he may have lifted ever so slightly. When you do that, the guy hits you from behind. Obviously, once the rear tires are off the ground, you're not any movement on that wheel is going to turn you that direction, and unfortunately turned him head on into the outside wall, and over he went.
And remember, it's the
riding along with the bat cam, 100 miles an hour on that camera as they go down the back stretch.
Oh, there it is.
Hard into the wall. The 41 of Kurt Busch. He'll collect the rest of the field.
The 18's in it, the 48's in it.
The 88 is in it. Just on the front edge. He starts to roll now on the apron. The 32 of Matt DiBenedetto. The 4 of Harvick.
20 of Matt Kenseth.
78, Martin Truex Jr. Brendan Gaughan in the 75. The 17, major damage.
Oh, just
looks like the 78. Was that the 38 perhaps of David Reagan?
Yeah, I think it was a 38. It's like that 78 trying to make it 4 wide. And that's the moves we see drivers make. Late in the race, you see right there the 78 trying to get on the outside.
And this is what we talked about all week. Why do the playoff drivers fear Talladega? Because of this. Every one of these drivers, the 18 of Kyle Busch, the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse-Schumacher, the 48 of Jimmy Johnson, you see heavy contact there as well. 4 of Kevin Harvick. They have to be in the middle of this pack. They have to fight for the points. That's why those stages are so important. Think about the points that were gained by Keselowski, Blaney, even Johnson. He got 10 points over the stages. That's going to take a little of the sting away from this accident, because this has eliminated all of these race cars.
And this is back-to-back weeks for the 18 of Kyle Busch to have a wrecked car.
Big hits.
And think about that. Everyone had Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr.
A little more complicated, guys.
Yeah, I think one of the things working against. Oh, no, trouble. Allmendinger turned around. Kyle Busch makes contact. More cars involved. Harvick is in it, one of the championship drivers.
Lock it down there, AJ. Get it rolling here if you can.
McMurray involved. Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick. Second in the championship, starting the day. Front end damage to that 29 car. Top there, the outside, 43-9.
Yeah, it was just a big run that they had. They were going extremely fast, but it's just literally the rear wheels start getting picked up, and then that turns you down the racetrack and into the other cars.
It goes back to the thing that the guy behind cannot see. And so Allmendinger was looked like he tried to check up a little bit because there wasn't quite enough room on the outside. And Ambrose just couldn't see that.
Yeah,
he right there.
Yeah, he was probably having to check up just a little bit to keep from running over Joey Logano and Tony Stewart right in front of him. But Marcus Ambrose having no idea, and it just takes a split second of cracking the throttle.
Yeah. Oh, here goes Kurt Busch around.
Oh. Crash behind you. Crash.
Oh, Mark's upside down.
Mark Martin is over on his roof.
Back on his wheel.
Into the wall. Casey Mears, Rudiman is there. Reagan is there. Robbie Gordon, Jeff Gordon.
See Montoya driving through the grass.
Out of turn 4.
Looks like Keselowski got into the 2 a little too hard, but Jimmy Johnson just in front of that 82 car, you can see, sneaks by there, along with Michael Waltrip. Looks like Keselowski was actually getting a little bit of a shove from behind, too, from Brian Vickers. Kind of a stack-up that caused it.
And Mark Martin went completely over on his roof, back over on the wheels, came and hit the outside wall, and slid down across the grass. Right now,
and he is all over that back bumper, Todd Gilliland, right now. But I'm going to go back to what he said before the race. He said, I was with my full sport teammates. Oh, and he goes
it's
around.
A big hit. Hocevar involved in it as well. Friesen is involved.
I'm just throwing my clipboard down right now. I don't know what the 98 was wanting to do there. There was no reason. There's still more than 20 to go. Oh, man.
Haley Deegan.
Here's Intvinger. He makes the move to the outside for the lead, and then Creed's looking to make a move, and then by this time, you're already changing way too many lanes.
Oh, and Stuart Friesen's so close to slipping through. And I think Creed had a little bit of contact with Friesen in that 52, but doesn't look to be too significant of damage, so Creed may have avoided
And now
disaster.
I'm looking at Hocevar. His radiator has been dumped out on the track. Man, he tried too hard to block, but at the same time, there's no reason to jump up.
So you think, Kurt, that Infinger made the move too soon?
In my mind, yes, especially with teammates all lined up in the bottom lane.